Hello everyone, I'm at the Astron Sarang and I'm here with Chris from the Archipelago group.
Hello, everybody.
Thanks for inviting me over for the Archipelago Commercial Summit.
Oh, our pleasure to have you here.
So yeah, look, whilst we are here, I just thought I'll ask Chris for some questions, just to help give us an insight. So a good starting point is, whilst we are here and could you introduce us briefly to the group just in a minute's time?
Introduce us, right? So, my name is Chris Legaspi. I'm the Vice President for Commercial of Archipelago International. We are the largest privately owned hotel management company in Southeast Asia. We have hotels here in Indonesia, we have hotels in Cuba, we have hotels in Dubai, and we are expanding in other countries such as Mexico and Dominican Republic soon.
Fabulous. So, so many hotels, there's so much happening. How do you stay informed with the market trends all through the hospitality industry?
Well, aside from the fact that I read a lot, I love reading and I love entering and enrolling in different courses. I see to it that I talk to all of our hotels all over, at the same time join summits, because this is how I feel that I can learn things within our group that I cannot hear from the corporate office. At the same time, things that other people are probably doing that we don't know. So when we join the summits, this is where I find more information.
It's amazing. We see you doing some good stuff. We see you all the time over social media, and that relates to what you're saying. So,
Yeah, I also want to keep all of our hotels and partners entertained.
absolutely. You do a great job, really. Can you walk us through a successful revenue management decision you've made that's had a positive impact on hotels' financial performance?
Sure. So I think I can bring you back to the time of COVID.
Yeah.
COVID is a time where normally a revenue manager would say there's nothing to manage. And probably let's just open the tab and just wait for things to come. But what we did, we didn't take it sitting down. Mr. Flood and I discussed things together with Mr. Brookfield, our chairman. And what we did was, look, we have availability, but there is not much demand,
Oh,
and we do not have the money to market things. So we tied up with OTAs that time, regional players, because they need availability and they have the funds and they have the marketing channels to do so, to promote things. So what we did that time was to negotiate with them where they will be investing in some of our hotels. And so that these hotels that they will choose would have a good base of money at least to work to help them out in a few months. While if this OTA doesn't get the other hotels, I offer them to another OTA. So we ended up having everybody with deposits that time.
amazing strategy, right?
Yeah,
No one wants to see COVID times again for sure.
exactly, exactly. But the result of that honestly we didn't really figure out that time was that, look, when the money of our partners were with us, obviously, the result is that they also would like to sell us first because they need to liquidate those money. Otherwise, it's going to be a waste as well. So we had the
Strategy.
bodies as well to serve.
Absolutely. So, what key performance indicators or KPIs do you consider most important in evaluating a hotel's revenue performance?
TrevPAR for us. It's
Right.
really the total revenue. Yes, we also look at RevPAR, of course, and ADR. But for me, every space basically has to move. So we definitely look at TrevPAR.
Amazing. Um, how do you collaborate with other hotel departments such as sales, marketing, operations to align revenue management efforts for overall business objectives? I know we spoke a lot in the summit, and
Yes.
you could see it's always hard, right, to
Yes.
manage this whole space. So, how do you
Yeah.
do that?
So what's good is in Archipelago, we've already combined sales, marketing, e-commerce, distribution, revenue management into one we call commercial.
Right.
Indeed, once upon a time, I used to be the vice president of e-commerce and revenue management, and we had other people doing the sales and marketing. But now we combine that functionality. So at least that part, in terms of making money, is boiled down into one department. The next thing is we collaborate very well with our operations team. Look, I believe in very good communication. Meaning, I don't want that we launch something, let's say a certain product, and operations doesn't know about it, and later everything's just going to get messed up. So, you met earlier our Vice President of Operations, Winston. We remain very good friends, and we are very much aligned all the time, making sure that regardless if it's a new product or there are problems, we actually talk about it so we can resolve things.
It all comes down to communication, right?
Yes, yes, indeed.
Right. So, in your opinion, what are the most significant challenges facing hotel revenue managers today, and how do you address them in your role?
Okay, so I'm an old person. So
That's why that experience matters, right? I mean, you've
this
been
is the
there.
thing. Although I embrace and I love technology, you do know that phones, everything, even technology such as STAAH, which I love very much. I think one of the challenge is that a lot of young people are very dependent on technology without knowing the basics.
Right.
As opposed to people our age, we know the basics, then we moved on to technology, so we know how it should be, and then we know how to use technology to make it more efficient. Now, why do I consider it a challenge? Is because when I get new people, for example, the young people who doesn't know these basics, they would have challenges when they have to address certain things that we don't have the technology for that yet, for
Right.
example. So this remains as a challenge. Now, how do we go around it? Is that you also notice this in LinkedIn, in our LinkedIn, we enroll everybody in different certification classes.
Right.
We want everybody to earn this knowledge, the basics of things, so that they would know exactly what their job entails before even using technology.
So it's knowledge first and then technology.
Yes,
Great
yes, yes,
strategy.
yes.
Well, that actually leads to another interesting question. So, can you discuss your experience with revenue management systems and tools? Any specific software or technology you found most effective in your previous roles?
I love STAAH.
Oh, thank you.
Okay,
Thank you
I
so
love
much.
STAAH. It's easy to use. Look, we've used so many technology, and in my lifetime of 28 years in this business, we've practically used almost everything. It is the first time in my life that we moved from one system to the other where all of my 200 hotels had no complaints at all.
Amazing. That's great feedback for us.
Yes,
Really
indeed. I
appreciate it.
mean, seriously, we moved hotels. You're talking about not 5 hotels, you're talking about 100 hotels to your system, STAAH, in less than 3 days.
Amazing.
So, zero overbookings, no problem at all.
I think it also works the other way, right? I mean, we may have the best technology, but it's the people using the technology. And I think you have a great team. I still remember the schedule of those 200 plus properties which you created for migration. So you guys are very well
No, it's two
organized.
way. And to be honest, what I like about the team STAAH is that we communicate. Obviously, we're not going to agree on everything, but we always communicate, and that's the formula in handling a big chain like us. I mean,
Amazing.
the moment that I think you start not telling me the truth, or your team doesn't tell me the truth, obviously we will also cascade the wrong information to our hotels. So that
Absolutely.
would be wrong expectations, and later on, a lot of problems would arise.
I think being a New Zealand based company, I think that's one of the first things we do. We're
I
very
think
upfront
so.
and very,
Yes,
very
yes.
clear.
Your team is very good. They know how to handle big change like us. So that's something very important. To be very honest with you.
Amazing. Um, how do you deal with problems of overbookings? Hopefully, you don't have them anymore, but
Get a good system. Honestly, that's the point. I've experienced Christmas seasons wherein just before dinner, I have to engage myself into some extremely dramatic discussions because of overbooking. But to be very honest with you, we've already passed one Christmas and we were okay. I think I only greeted
fabulous.
you Happy Christmas, Merry Christmas. That's
Yes,
basically it.
yes, yes. And we consider no news as good news.
Yes, exactly, exactly. So that's amazing. I was able to spend my first Christmas for quite a long time to be a very nice Christmas. Thank you very much for
Fabulous.
that.
It's a pleasure. Um, So you travel all over the world. Which is your favorite place to be? Which makes you a happy Chris?
Ah, my goodness. So I would say, well, I love New Zealand,
Oh,
but I also love Italy. You're
nice.
talking about Florence. I love Milan and I love Rome because, well, food is great, and of course, the shopping scene as well is great.
You're a shopper for sure.
I love shopping, and I've learned that the tax refund in that country is a lot bigger than the rest of the other European countries. So,
Really,
yes,
that's information for
yes,
everyone.
so yes, we do love the area there, and I'm very happy to see some of the hotels there are users of STAAH as well.
Awesome. So one last question, just before we wind up. So among your 250 hotels, do you have any favorite hotel or which you consider which has got the best rooms or maybe the best suite or
I would say, okay, just like a father to my children, I love everybody. So I would say that the hotel that I would cherish or I would give extra time would be the hotel that's far from us, and that would be the group in Cuba.
oh nice.
Yes, yes, yes. So I really love that. I mean, our hotels there. It's all of them are all inclusive. Uh, Yes, so that's something spectacular. Everything is Instagrammable, of course, but it doesn't mean that our hotels, which are near me, are not good. It's just that I give a little bit of extra love to those sets of hotels that are quite far from us.
Amazing. Thank you so much for all your support.
Thank you
Thank you
very much,
for having
Tarun.
us over for this
Thank you for
summit.
making us happy.
It's a pleasure.
Okay, thank
Thank you.
you.
Thank you.